Namaskar, this is Rohit Shankar Mane and you are watching Scientist Star Academy towards scientific world. Now in this video lecture we are going to understand microbiology MCQs on the soil microbiology. These MCQs are helpful for the SET, ICAR-NET, CSIR-NET, ICMR-NET, GATE, BARC exam. Other than these MCQs are important for the microbiological graduation exams and the microbiology interviews. If you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for more videos. First MCQ. Who is the father of soil microbiology? Now this is a very common question asked in the each and every exam. Sergei Vinogradski, Joseph Lister, Martinus Wierenk, and none of the above. Now we have to identify who is the father of soil microbiology. So Sergei Vinogradski is the father of soil microbiology. The association which involves the exchange of nutrients between two species is referred as what? So it is referred as a mutualism, syntropism, commensalism or antagonism. See the question once again. The association which involves the exchange of nutrients between two species. So it is called as a syntropism. Which of the following types of association is present among Staphylococcus aureus and the Aspergillus terreus? Now here we have to identify the type of association which is present in between the Staphylococcus aureus and the Aspergillus terreus. That may be antagonism or mutualism or parasitism or commensalism. What is the correct answer? So antagonism is the association which is present among the Staphylococcus aureus and the Aspergillus terreus. What are found in agriculture waste? Pesticides, phenols, proteins, greases. What is mostly found in the agriculture waste? So pesticides are mostly found. Mycorrhizae form which structure? So it forms arbuscle structure, Hurtig neck structure, Hosteria structure or rhizoform structure. So it forms Hosteria structure. Which one of the following habitat is known to contain 11% of soil carbon pool? Now here Antarctica, Arctic tundra or equatorial. Now from these four we have to identify one of the following habitat is known to contain 11% of soil carbon pool. So Arctic tundra is the correct answer. Lytic enzymes which destroy are secreted by which of the following microorganisms? Now see, we know the lytic enzymes and which are helpful to destroy the cell. Now we have to identify these lytic enzymes are secreted by which of the following organism? Fungi, algae, staphylococcus or myxobacteria. So answer is myxobacteria. So myxobacteria are responsible for the lytic enzymes. Those are very important for the destruction of cells. Which fungi group form arbuscles in plant root? Ascomyta, Basidiomycota, Deuteromycota or Glomeromycota. Which fungi group? So Glomeromycota forms arbuscles in plant root. Which is not the function of mycorrhiza fungi? Cause disease in root, disease resistance, supply of nitrogen to root or supply of phosphorus to root. Now here we have to identify which is not a function of mycorrhiza fungi. So mycorrhiza won't cause any disease in the root. Actually they are disease resistance and they supply nitrogen to the root and supply phosphorus to the root. So option A is correct answer. Which is one of the fungal group ectomycorrhiza fungi found in the plant root? Ascomycota, Basidiomycota, Deuteromycota or both A and B? So both A and B they forms as a fungal group form ectomycorrhiza fungi at the plant root. Loss of nitrogen from soil is caused by which one of the following process? Ammonification, denitrification, immobilization or nitrification. Now here what we have to choose? Loss of nitrogen from soil is caused by which process? So the denitrification is the process by which loss of nitrogen occurs from soil. Total pore space, soil water, gas diffusion is dependent on which one of the following quality of soil? Soil nitrogen, soil organic matter, soil pH or soil texture. So it depends on the soil texture. Root noduling bacteria were discovered by whom? Sergei Vinogradesky, Joseph Lister, Martinus Beering, or none of the above? So Martinus Beering was responsible for the root noduling bacteria discovery. Fungi produces which one of the following inhibited toxic product? Cyanide, fatty acids, methane, or sulfides? So fungi produces cyanide, which is a very inhibitory toxic product. Which of the following comes under the category of positive association? Neutralism, parasitism, commensalism, or amensalism. Now here we have to identify which is a positive association. So commensalism is a positive association while others are negative association. Which gene encodes for nitrate reductase? NAR gene, GAG gene, NIF gene, or NOD gene. So here NAR gene is responsible for the nitrate reductase enzyme synthesis. Ammonia produced in the bacteroid needs to be transported to the plant through which one of the following membrane? Lipid membrane, periplasmic membrane, symbioism membrane, or none of the above. So answer is symbioism membrane. Hiltner coined which term in 1901? Now see, episphere, extremosphere, phyllosphere, rhizosphere. Now Hiltner is a scientist who coined the one term in 1901. So which was that term? Rhizosphere was the term coined by the Hiltner in 1901. Which was the first species of rhizobia identified in 1889? Rhycobium borbori, Rhycobium lupini, Rhycobium leucinia, or Rhycobium leguminosarum. So Rhycobium leguminosarum, that is option D, is the correct option, and that was the first species of rhizobia identified in 1889. Nitrogenase contains which cofactor including molybdenum? Vanadium, iron, both A and B, none of the above. So it includes both A and B, that is vanadium and iron. Which of the following organisms are known to grow on the surfaces of freshly exposed rocks? Green algae, diatoms, cyanobacteria, or yeast? So cyanobacteria is the answer one. Which of these is not method to determine the number of colonies of bacteria present in a sample? Multiple tube fermentation, pour and spread plate method, membrane filter technique, or toxic test? So toxic test is the answer, while other methods are used to determine the number of colonies of bacteria present in a sample. Lytic enzymes which destroy are secreted by which of the following organisms? Fungi, algae, Staphylococcus, myxobacteria. So myxobacteria is the answer. Actually this question got repeated. Fungi produces which one of the following inhibit toxic product? Cyanide, fatty acids, methane, sulfide. So cyanide is the answer. Hot water after coiling is a source of wastewater from process, utility, domestic, none of these above. So utility is the answer. The main pollutant present in wastewater from cooling is TDS, acidity, BOD, waste heat. So waste heat is the answer. In industries, most polluted source of wastewater is from process, utility, toilets, kitchen. So process is the answer. Which of the following organisms are known to grow on the surfaces of freshly exposed rocks? Green algae, diatoms, cyanobacteria, yeast. So cyanobacteria is the answer. Ammonia oxidizers and nitrate oxidizers are what? Gram-negative chemolithotropes, gram-positive chemolithotropes, gram-negative photolithotropes, or gram-positive photolithotropes. So ammonia oxidizers and nitrite oxidizers are gram-negative chemolithotropes. How much time does nitrifying bacteria require to grow at an incubation of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius? How much time? 1 day, 2 to 3 days, 15 days, or 1 to 4 months? So 1 to 4 months are required for the nitrifying bacteria for their growth at 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. The effluent standards have been defined to protect streams and rivers, sewers and STP, groundwater, all of these above. So all of these above. Which among the following is not an ammonia oxidizing bacteria? Nitrosomonas europaea, Nitrosovibrio tenuis, Nitrosopina gracillus, or Nitrosococcus oceanus. So Nitrospina gracillus is the bacteria which is not an ammonia oxidizing bacteria, while others are ammonia oxidizing bacteria. Agrobacterium is involved in which of the following processes? Ammonification, nitrification, reduction of nitrate to ammonia, or denitrification. So it is involved in the denitrification processes. Which of the following conditions decreases the level of denitrification? Now see, abundance of organic matter, acidic pH, elevated temperatures, or availability of oxygen. Now we have to identify which is the process which is helpful to decrease the level of denitrification. So acidic pH is helpful for that. Which of the following are not the features of component second of nitrogenous enzyme complex? Component second is nitrogenous reductase. Component second is known as the MOFE protein, that is MOF protein. Contains sulfur or not active without component first. So answer is component second is known as the MOF protein, is not the feature of component second of nitrogenous enzyme complex. Which of the following is a symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria? Rhizobium trifoli, Clostridium pascinatum, Azotobacter species, or Escherichia coli. So Rhizobium trifoli is a symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria while others are not. The compounds which cannot be degraded during conventional biological treatment are known as refractories, retrofractories, heterogeneous, or halogens. So they are known as refractories. Ergot disease is caused by which organism? Clavispus, Penicillium, Puccinia, or Rhizopus. So ergot disease is caused by Claviceps organism. What is opine? Now see, this is a very new term, that opine. It is amino acid or carbohydrates or lipid or none of the above. This question asked many times in the ICAR-NET in the agriculture section. So opines are what? They are amino acid. In fertilizer industries, maximum quantity of water is used for which purpose? Manufacturing, cooling, domestic processing. So it is used in the cooling because big fermenters are used in the fertilizer industry. So for the cooling, more water is required. Oxygen diffusion is most restricted in which of the soils? Garden soil, lake sediment, crust soil, or subsurface soil. So oxygen diffusion is most restricted in lake sediment. Who discovered the legumes and bacteria symbiotic relation? Sergei Vinogradovsky, Joseph Lister, Martinus Bering, or Helrigal and Wilfirth. So who discovered? Helrigal and Wilfirth discovered the legumes and bacterial symbiotic relation. Next question, humus is produced by which process? Now this is very important question because this question asked many times in the ICAR-NET. So humus is produced by decomposition, dissimilation, immobilization, or neutralization. So it is produced by the process known as decomposition. Which infection causes single exchange between frankia and the host plant? So here we have to identify type of infection. Intracellular infection, both or none of the above. So here the answer is intracellular infection. During root colonization, which chemical is produced by rhizobia? Now see, here when the root colonization is occurring, that time rhizobia produces chemicals. Now which is that chemical? Amylase enzyme or chitinase enzyme or node factor or code factor? So answer is node factor synthesized, and these node factors are synthesized by the node genes which are present in the rhizobia. Which organism gets energy from sunlight? Heterotrophs, photoautotrophs, chemotrophs, or all of the above? Now the answer is very simple. So photoautotrophs gets energy from the sunlight. Which biome suffers through an excessive accumulation of organic matter due to plant litter deposits? Arctic forest, coniferous forest, temperate forest, or tropical forest? So coniferous forest suffers through an excessive accumulation of organic matter due to plant litter deposits. Which organism is used to monitor the progression of infection in plants? E. coli, Pseudomonas, Xanthomonas, or all of the above organisms? Now whatever the infection is going on in plants, to monitor that infection or to monitor the progression of that infection in plants, Xanthomonas is used. Now here 49. The non-symbiotic bacteria which fix nitrogen leave in the soil independently are Azotobacter, Clostridium, considerably less important in composition to the symbiotic bacteria, or all of the above. So all of the above is the answer. 50. Nitrogen fixation by the microorganisms can be detected by adopting the approach of what? Demonstrating the growth in the nitrogen-free medium, or cultivating the microorganisms in the presence of nitrogen labeled with isotrophic nitrogen, or measuring 50 nitrogen by mass spectrophotometer, or all of the above. So all of the above is the answer. 51. Which of the following is not a biofertilizer producing bacteria? Nostoc, Anabina, both A and B, Clostridium. So Clostridium is not a biofertilizer producing bacteria, while Anabina and Nostoc are biofertilizing bacteria. Which of the following is capable of oxidizing sulfur to sulfates? Thiobacillus thioxidans, Desulfobacterium, Rhodospirillum, or Rhodomicrobium. So Thiobacillus thioxidans is the bacteria which is able to oxidize the sulfur to sulfates. Most soil protozoa are flagellates or amoebas, having their dominant mode of nitrogen as ingestion of bacteria, ingestion of mold, ingestion of fungi, all of these above. So ingestion of bacteria is the correct answer. 54. Which of the following microorganisms use hydrogen sulfide as an electron donor to reduce carbon dioxide? So chromaticum, chlorobium, both A and B, and rhodomicrobium. So both A and B, that's chromaticum and chlorobium, uses hydrogen sulfide as an electron donor to reduce the carbon dioxide. 55. How are suspended solids removed from the soil? Soil absorption, bacterial oxidation, filtration, or chemical immobilization? So filtration is the answer. How are the trace of organic compounds removed from the soil? Denitrification, soil filtration, precipitation, or sorption? So sorption is the answer. Nitrifying bacteria cannot be isolated directly by the usual techniques employed to isolate heterotrophic bacteria. The reason is what? Slow growth, medium growth, fast growth, or none of those. So slow growth is the reason. Because of that we can't isolate the bacteria, heterotrophic bacteria. What is night soil? So night soil containing the urea, human excreta, animal excreta, or which contains human excreta, animal excreta, urea. So last is the answer. Bacteria as a group are responsible for what? Nitrogen oxidation, sulfur oxidation, nitrogen fixation, all of these above. So all of these above is the answer. The population of algae in soil is that of either bacteria or fungi. Generally smaller than, generally greater than, equal to, none of these above. So generally smaller than. So the population of algae in soil is generally smaller than the other bacteria and fungi. The system to collect noid soil, garbage, etc. in separate vessels or deposited in pools and pit is called as what? Conservatory system, waste allocation system, waste deposit system, or waste pit. So it is called as a conservancy system. Option E is correct one. In urban cities like Bangalore, which of the water carriage system is used? Separate house system, combined system, partially combined system, or partially separate system? So separate system is used. Which one of the soil bacteria is? Agrobacterium, Azotobacter, Rhizobila, or Bevindimonas? So Bevindimonas is a soil bacteria which is majority, like mostly found in the soil. Who discovered a gradient plate technique? Sano, Sejko, Kobito. So Szybelaski invented or discovered a gradient plate technique. The environment of aerial portion of the plant consists, or it is known as what? Eposphere, extremosphere, pilosphere, or rhizosphere. So it is called as a pilosphere. Pilosphere means the aerial portion or the topmost portion of the plant, which is not a cause of greenhouse effect. Automobile exhaust, landfill, use of land for agriculture, use of plastic. So see, the greenhouse effect is caused because of the or many other reasons, but use of plastic is not a cause of greenhouse effect. Okay, 67. The degradation of complex molecules in soil by fungi for utilization bacteria is an example of what? Neutralism, mutualism, commensalism, antagonism. So it's an example of commensalism. Biomass is used in the production of what? Fibers, chemicals, transportation fuels or biochemicals. So the biomass, it is used in the transportation fuels production. Production of bioethanol is through fermentation of and starch components. So production of bioethanol is through fermentation of alcohol, sugar or milk or acid. So sugar is the answer, because see, in each and every fermentation sugar is used because it is the requirement. 70. Which is the endosymbiosis? Commensalism, cooperation, mutualism or predation? So commensalism is the endosymbiosis. The fungal partner in lichen is called as what? Mycobiont, phycobiont, photosymbiotic or none of these above. So it is called as a mycobiont. Biogas digestion occurs under which condition? Aerobic, anaerobic, both, none of the above. So it occurs in the anaerobic condition. Which one of the following nutrient source converts the water system from allotropic to eutrophic condition? Nitrogen, phosphorus, both A and B, and none of the above. So none of the above is the answer. This is called a biogas. Biobutanol, biodiesel, bioethanol or biomethane. So answer is biomethane. So biomethane is called as biogas. We have to remember. In the biomethane, the percentage of carbon dioxide is what? 55 to 60, 35 to 45, 30 to 40, 32 to 43. So it is the 30 to 40. What are the end substances of biogas digestion process? Methane, acetate, carbon dioxide, all of the above. So all of the above is the answer. Air microorganisms are determined by which method? Lehman sampler, capillary impage, Anderson's air sampler, all of the above. So Anderson's air sampler is there. With the help of that, air microorganisms are detected. Bioethanol is mixed with to prepare transport fuel. So it is mixed with the petrol. Option B is correct one. Bioethanol is denatured alcohol, also referred to as what? Methylene, ethylene, ethylene glycol or methylated spirit. So it is referred as a methylated spirit. This forestry material is used as a biomass. Fish oil, logging residues, manure or tallow. Which is the material, forest material used as a biomass? So logging residues, option B is correct one, which is used as a biomass. The term biomass most often refers to what? Inorganic matter, organic matter, chemicals or ammonium compound. So it refers to organic matter. Biomass is useful to produce what? Chemicals, fibers, biochemicals or transportation fuels. So transportation fuels is the answer. Which one of the following is an example of starch crops, biomass fed stocks? Sugarcane, wheat straw, corn store, orchard, prunings. So sugarcane is the answer, which is the important for the starch crops biomass as a feedstock. 84. The aerobic digestion of sewage is used to produce what? Biomass, biofuels, synthetic fuels or metal articles. So the aerobic digestion of sewage is used to produce the biofuels. 85. Bioethanol is a denatured alcohol that is also called as what? Ethylene, methylated spirit, ethylene glycol or methylene. So it is called as a methylated spirit. What does the bacterium use to grow? Oxygen, organic pollutants, water, carbon dioxide. So organic pollutants is the answer. 87. The byproducts that are produced during rectification of bioethanol is used as a what? Pig feed, cow feed, dog feed, sheep feed. So it is used as a dog feed. 88. Large spiraling surface currents in the ocean that tend to aggregate and retain nutrients are known as what? Benthic region, upwelling, geothermal vents or gyres. So it is known as a gyres. Which among the following develop in the upper portion of the Vinogradsky column? Now we know the Vinogradsky column. So in that, which is the bacteria which grows at the upper portion? Sulfate reducing bacteria, green sulfur bacteria, purple sulfur bacteria, thiobacilla. So thiobacilla is the answer, which grows at the upper portion of Vinogradsky column. 90. Purple and green sulfur bacteria use as electron donor to reduce the carbon dioxide. So they use hydrogen sulfide. Option C is the correct one. 91. One of the disadvantage of solid fuel is what? Clinker formation, moderate ignition temperature, storage or transportation. So clinker formation is the disadvantage of solid fuel. 92. Are used as a rocket propellants in olden days. Solid fuels, liquid fuels, petroleum, gaseous fuels. So solid fuels are used as a rocket propellants in olden days. 93. For the generation of electricity, which source is used largely throughout the world? Coal, hydropower, wood, solar energy. What is the answer? So coal is used for the generation of electricity, which is source throughout the world. The formation of coal is explained by what? Ex situ theory, in situ theory, molecular theory or nuclear theory. So it is explained by in situ theory. 95. What are the main applications of lignite? First one, it is used as domestic fuel. It is used in railway engines. It is used to steam generation in thermal power plant, or it is used in the vehicles. So main applications of lignite is it is used for steam generation in thermal power plants. 96. Lignite is also called as what? Black coal, brown coal, crude oil, charcoal. So it is called as a brown coal. 97. Is the purest form of the water obtained by natural distillation? Underground water, sea water, river water, rainwater. So rainwater is the purest form of water obtained by natural distillation. Here no need to provide distillation process to purify the water because it is coming the natural way. 98. The color and the odor of natural water is due to the presence of what? Dissolved organic matter, mud, leaves, other dust particles. So dissolved organic matter is the important one. Ethyl alcohol reduces the what? Oxygen emissions, efficiency, polluting emissions, nitrogen emissions. So it reduces polluting emissions. So 101, which is limiting and critical for soil? Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen or phosphorus. So which is the limiting and critical for soil? So phosphorus is the limiting and the critical for the soil. So these are the 100 MCQs on soil microbiology. These MCQs will be helpful for your exam preparation. So thanks a lot.